Outrageous news. The teachers just never disappoint, do they? All right, let's march on with this. Middle school teacher, 34, sent semi-nude photos and lewd videos of herself to former male students. I will have this article linked below, so if you want to, you can read it yourself. And I get a lot of stories from the Daily Mail, but there's no shortage of these stories all over the place. A former middle school teacher has been arrested and accused of sending obscene videos and pictures of herself to students. Karen, spelled with a C, Elizabeth Blatton, 34, of Morrowsboro, North Carolina, handed herself in on Tuesday and was charged with 3 counts of indecent liberties with a child under age 16 and 6 counts of disseminating obscene material to a minor. Blatton resigned from her job as a 6th grade science teacher. 6th grade. At Burns Middle School in Lawndale late last week. Now, of course, she's not convicted. She's charged. We'll see what happens. Continue reading on. Authorities were alerted last week that a 15-year-old male student had an inappropriate video from a female teacher. Okay, so stopping here for a moment, he could have got that anywhere, right? Maybe an ex-boyfriend, right? Maybe an ex-husband, somebody, maybe a female friend of hers, whatever. Maybe she'd never intended this video to get out. Let me read on. Detectives say 2 boys at the school received videos and pictures of the teacher. She became close with them while there were students at Burns Middle School 2 years ago. So they were in 6th grade. I mean, that's 15-year-old students. Yeah, the age thing is kind of... So she knew them when they were students, evidently. And then when they hit 15, she decided that they had graduated to be something she could prey upon, evidently. That's what it's looking like now. Okay. Police said that Blatton shared ordinary pictures, which then became snaps of her in a bathing suit, then finally of her performing lewd acts, according to WSOCTV.com. And like I said, in the article, there's a link in that article to there if you want to check that out too. Or you can just go to WSOCTV.com. Now, the pictures, this is an issue. Look, people send things accidentally, right? The idea that she might have sent this to the wrong person. I would hate for somebody to get in trouble for sending a picture or something to the wrong person. But this looks like multiple stuff, and then videos, and yeah, okay. Continue to read on. None of the videos were recorded on school property. Oh, one other thing. It says performing lewd acts. Now, since they don't say that anyone else was in there, I would assume that would be solo lewd acts. But anyway, none of the videos were recorded on school property. Sheriff Alan Norman says there is no indication of a sexual relationship with students. The 34-year-old did not show up for a court appearance today, but was represented by her attorney, Ms. Blatton, who is not married, according to public records, was released from bail on $150,000 bond Tuesday. Okay, and the picture of her, which I'm going to have a thumbnail on, is really, it looks like anger, stress, just really distorting her. I mean, you just, there's a, like I said, there's a moment of indignation or anger. There's something else there. Also, she's not convicted. How did this? It makes it sound like she gave them. It makes it sound like she was grooming, right? She saw them when they were, and then, gave them these materials later on. I guess it said a couple years later, so these were like 13 or something, and then she said, oh, 15, I guess you're old enough. So that's what it looks like, but like I say, she could be completely innocent, but these stories just keep going, and I'm almost ready to call this channel the Outrageous News Teachers Channel. It's about it. Let me read a couple of comments and we'll go ahead and close it out. Okay, that look on her face is priceless. Please do look at the picture. Okay, like I said, it's going to be the thumbnail, but look at the picture. It's in the article, and it's pretty extraordinary. And then another thing was, they will be running out of female teachers soon if this carries on much longer. And that was okay. That's yeah. Okay, that's going to be it. There's a few more comments, but we're going to go ahead and Go ahead and close this out. It's just outrageous. That's what this channel is about, this ridiculous, outrageous stuff. And I probably could fill enough content every single week if I was just talking about the ridiculous stuff that teachers are doing. Now, a couple of things. There's a lot going on here. I could really break this out and make this a much longer video. But the way, one thing is just flip it. What if this was a guy had done this, kind of this grooming or whatever, if this indeed is what happened, and it was two women. It was a male teacher. And also male teachers have done ridiculous things too and got away with that. I don't want to say they haven't, because they have. But it's just the way we look at this, we're so accepting, or we're more accepting of women doing these kind of things when it's the woman in this position and young men in another. And I think it's just wrong. But simply there seems to be a majority of men and women, or at least a large group, that seem to be accepting of this. And like I say, what's even more extraordinary, if you do flip it, then most of these people just get outraged and can't stand it and think it's just horrible. But anyway, we close this out, and this is Steve's Outrageous News. Until next time, take care.